Hey, this would be a video chart on AWYI. I think I did an annotated one on this one this day here, or maybe this one, but regardless, the price just continues to go up. This stock has basically officially gone NASA. It refuses to have a green day, or excuse me, it refuses to have a red day, and just green day after green day, it looks like a rocket launching up. So, like I said, this one has joined the NASA club, and we'll see where the profit takers finally decide to step in. Of course, there's always profit taking going on, but what's good and what's a good example about this one is, the profit taking is clearly going on mainly on the ask. You don't have a bunch of bid whackers or anything like that. So this is a good example also of how when people sell at the ask and lock in profits at the ask, you can keep a nice chart like this going. So will that continue forever? Obviously not. No stock can go up forever, but when stocks are moving like this does show a good example of people that aren't sitting there bid whacking. They're being patient and just making more money off their shares because they're selling at the offer. So with this, just want to get it updated and map out some resistances ahead, request on it, but I've been kind of slacking off and just getting to it till now. I've actually been kind of waiting to see if it's going to pull back at all, but it just refuses to. So here we go. In terms of support levels, there's kind of three I'm looking at, and one is more of a zone, and this zone is coming from here. So we have the bottom of today's action. The price came down and then found support at 0017. So that's going to be the top of this support zone, and then the bottom of it's going to just simply be the high from Monday, which was at 0015. So this area, like I said, I'm just going to call support zone. Some people might argue and say, well, this is support, and others might say, hey, well, I think that's support, and both people would be right. So I just figure the easiest way to go about that is just make a zone, and ideally, if the price were to come down here, we want to see it maintain in this area before heading back up. But if it doesn't, you still do have other support levels, and those come in the form of your moving averages. You have this blue line, which is the 10-day, and this red line, which is the 20-day. So if for some reason this zone can hold up, the next thing you're going to want to shift your eyes to is watch these moving averages and see how the price reacts around those areas. Now for the fun stuff, the resistance levels, for this I believe I'm going to have to go to the weekly chart because we're going to have to go back quite a bit of ways to find things. There we go. So once more, this is a weekly chart, but I'm just having to go to this for the areas of resistance. And the one area that I'm looking at is going to be right around this area, and this is kind of just give or take, mainly because it's not an exact level, but looking here you can see it's got quite a bit of price history. So I'll go back to where the chart is, but first, just so you know where this is coming from, you can see way back here it was a resistance. When it broke out, nice move, it pulled back here, found support a few days before moving back up, came back down, and then multiple times found support here. And then when it did actually fail as support, it turned into a resistance. And this candle right here, you can see, tried to get back above it a few, but just couldn't quite do it. And from there has fallen back down. This level is valued right at basically 0.003. So that is going to be the next key level of resistance that the bulls will hopefully be making an attack on and try to get through it. Looking at the history of the chart, I'd imagine this level will be a pretty big challenge, so I'll make that extra thick to remind everybody that this is a very crucial level of resistance. But the good news with stubborn resistance levels like this is if they can break, then they usually produce very nice runners. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So that is where the chart currently stands. This is a weekly chart, but just look how beautiful that is. And just remember, we have this support zone down here with 003 as the next area of resistance. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It is all free, so I'd encourage you to sign up. We've been making some good money with the alerts, so it's worth at least going to the website and giving it a try. One more time, this was AWYI. Thanks for listening.